Hi guys, it's been a minute, it's been a while. I haven't been feeling well, so I don't know if you can even hear the sound of my voice. It's a bit down. Um I'm here with another video. So here we have our t-shirts written Divine Path Academy, and we are empowering minds and we're also shaping the future. So today I'm just going to be talking about simultaneous equations. So go with me. If you're in grade 10, grade 11, and 12, simultaneous equations are going to come in handy because they'll also contribute to paper 1 of maths. So what is a simultaneous equation? If something is simultaneous, it happens like it has to have two or more variables. So simultaneous equations are all about solving for two or more variables. So many people love questioning it like this: 2x plus 30y is equals to 4. So I'm just thinking about random numbers, okay? And then x plus y is equals to 2. So these are simultaneous equations. Why? Because we have two variables. Which two variables do we have? We have x and we also have y, and we are supposed to solve for x and y. Solve these two, right? So how do we solve this two? The first thing that you need to know when it comes to simultaneous equations, there's so many ways that you can solve simultaneous equations. There is what we call the elimination method. Elimination. We have what we call the substitution. We have what we call the graphical method. Right? So since we have those three, there is also the matrix method. There's so many ways to solve them, but for your level, this is fine. These three are the ways that you need to know on solving simultaneous equations. So how do we eliminate? Elimination is all about you eliminating something. If something is being eliminated, it's being removed from the equation, right? So how do we do that? Let me just rub this. Elimination, it goes like this. So can you see that we have x here, we have y? One thing that I love about simultaneous equations is that whatever method that you're going to use, at the end of the day, you still get the same answer as someone who used a different method. So if we are going to have elimination, we have 2x plus 3y is equals to 4. So this x, it also has to have the same coefficient as the first equation. How do I mean? So here we have x plus y is equals to 2. So if we want to eliminate it, we have to multiply the whole equation by what? By 2. So how do we multiply the whole equation by 2? We are going to say 2 times x is going to be 2x, and then 2 times y is going to be 2y, and then 2 times 2 is going to be what? 4. Right? So I'm noticing something there. My whole equation is going to be wrong because of this 4 here. Let me put a 6 there, so, or an 8, rather an 8, so that my equation will make sense. So now that we have that, can you see that these two x coefficients, they are the same? So what are we going to do? We are going to subtract the whole thing, right? So 2x minus 2x is going to be what? 0, right? Plus 3y minus 2y is going to be y is equals to 8 minus 4. So y is equals to 8 minus 4, right? So since our y is equals to 8 minus 4, our y will be equals to what? 4. Even if we had 4 there, it was going to be 4 minus 4, which gives us what? 0. So our y was going to be 0. So now that we have our y is 4, we're going to come back here and then we put it as x plus y is equals to 2. So we already have our y, which is equals to 4. So we're going to come back and say x plus 4 is equals to 2. which means to say that x is equals to 2 minus 4 and x is equals to minus 2. So we already found it using the elimination method. So this is one method of solving it. Then the substitution method. Substitution method is all about substituting something. So if I'm going to say substitute, I mean to say that you have to replace. So if you're going to replace, for example, we still are going to use the same equations. 2x plus 3y is equals to 8 and x plus y is equals to 2. Right? So we are going to substitute. So substitution is all about making one variable the subject of the formula. How do we do that? Okay, so we have the second equation. Any equation that you're going to pick, it's still going to give you the same answers at the end of the day. So we can pick the second equation because it's easier to use. So we're going to say x is equals to 2 minus y, right? And then since our x is equals to 2 minus y, we are going to come back in the first equation. So this is my first equation and this is my second equation. So now I'm going to come back to the first equation and then I'm going to substitute. I'm going to replace. So how am I going to do that? I'm going to come here and then I'm going to say 2, and where there is x, you're now putting 2 minus y plus 3y is equals to 8, right? So now that you have done this, we are going to multiply into the bracket. So 2 times 2, that's 4. 4 minus 2y plus 3y is equals to 8, right? So now that we have that, we are going to say 3 minus 2, that's what? That's 1. So it's 4 minus plus y is equals to 8. And then y is equals to 8 minus 4. So y is equals to 4. This is the same as what we got here. So our answers has to still be the same, no matter which method we are going to use. Right, so now that I've solved for y, I'm going to come back to my original equation, the first one that I used, right? So you can pick any equation, it's still going to give you the same answer. Okay, so now that I have x is equals to 2 minus y, I'm going to say x is equals to 2 minus 4, and then x is equals to 2 minus 4, which gives me what? Minus 2. So that will be my x. So that's how we going. Well, that's how we solve the whole thing using the, what do you call it, the substitution method. So I'm going to show you the last method, which is the graphical method, and I don't know if it's going to make much sense because I don't have the proper graph paper and all that, but I'm going to try and just do it so that you understand it. So the third method is the graphical method. So the graphical method, it needs you to draw the graphs. Which graphs are you going to draw? You're going to draw this graph and you're also going to draw this graph, right? So if you're going to draw those graphs, you have to have your table of values, which means you have to have your x and your y for the first equation and your x and your y for the second equation. So how do we do that? For the first equation, we have 2x plus 3y is equals to 8, right? So when x is equals to what? Let's make y the subject here. So it's going to be 3y is equals to 8 minus 2x, which is equals to 8 minus 2x over 3, right? So when x is equals to, let me use minus 2, 0, 2, and 4. Okay, so those are the points that I'm going to use. And then when x is equals to minus 2, so it means to say that my y is equals to 8 minus 2 over 3. So it's going to be 8 plus 4 over 3, which is equals to 12 over 3, which gives me what? 4. So when x is equals to minus 2, our answer is what? 4 there. And then when x is equals to 0, so it's 8 minus 0 over 3, so it's 8 over 3. When x is equals to 2, it's still the same as 4. Okay, so it's going to be 8 minus 2 times 2 over 4, so it's over 3, I mean to say. So it's 8 plus 4 over 3, so it's 12 over 3, which gives us 4. And then when x is equal to, Let's meet in the next video so that I explain the graphical method.